All right, let's get started here. Back again for another Mensis Mondays. Last time on the show, yeah, we spent a while just getting familiar with the game, talking about some of the differences between Bloodborne and other Souls games. We explored the main drag of Central Yharnam. We opened up the first major shortcut. Today we're going to keep going. We're going to there's a whole lot more Central Yharnam to explore. We heard some ominous screeching in the distance, so maybe we'll find out what that is. And we have yet to find out how to level up, which would be cool, so that I would have some place to dump all these friggin' blood echoes. So we'll see. We'll see how all that unfolds. But first things first, I have some breaking news. Local dog has reached Moon. And before you ask, no, not that Moon. The other Moon. The other Moon. He seems to be resting very soundly right now, despite me using my conversational voice. He's resting very, very soundly. This is in fact live video. He's not moving at all, so I actually don't know if you can tell this isn't a still image. But I think I mentioned this elsewhere. While I was setting up, he jumped up into my lap and started licking my face while I was sitting here at my streaming station. So if that happens again, just be prepared. Okay. All right, let's get started here. Let's go to the game. All right. Yeah, and like I said, I did adjust the game audio a bit, so let me know how that sounds. I may have overshot it. But some of the, especially when I was getting into fights, listening back to the audio on the recording, it just sounded a little hot, and I didn't want to blow out y'all's ears. So yes, before I start charging off here, this is the first real lantern. We spent a long time going this way. We just at the end of last episode opened. This is the first major shortcut that I mentioned. So let's take a quick. We've got this guy here. Oh, you know what? I should. I'm gonna demo. So I've talked about how you can stagger an enemy from behind. Let's see what that looks like. If I had just done a normal R1 attack like that, unlike other... You think this sounds pleasant? Okay, cool. Unlike other Souls games, yeah, got his ass. Unlike other Souls games, it just would have been a normal attack. It wouldn't have been a backstab or anything like that, which, if you're coming to this game from other Souls games, can be kind of disorienting, because, you know, that's what you expect. Blood vial, nice. So you have to get up behind them and do that fully charged R2. That staggers them, and then you can get real nice and close and do. That's when you do. Hey Tim. That's when you do that R1 attack to actually do the visceral attack. So it's a different. And like I said last time, I think the main reason for that change is so that you can't do what you can do in Dark Souls and other Souls games, which is just kind of like circle strafe around an opponent, get behind them, and then just tap R1 and do a backstab for critical. And like, I think there are a lot of compelling. Oh, okay, hold on. These guys are. If you pick up this game, this is a really good place to pick up or to practice parrying, because these guys are just fun to parry. Let me just finish this guy off. I think there are a couple reasons for them wanting to like change how backstabs work. Primarily that like the circle strafe strategy. How tight is the parry window? It's not that bad. You have more time than you think you do. I'm doing it very quickly because I just, I know exactly. The hardest part about the parrying is not the timing necessarily. It's that you have to be pretty close, basically on top of them, and because you are pairing with a gun, you can stagger someone like basically outside of your melee range, which if you I've seen a lot of people kind of like nail the stagger and then they're not close enough to actually do the visceral attack and essentially waste the opportunity and just do a normal R1 attack and either hit or miss, but either way at that point it's kind of too late. So you have to be like touching them like face to face. Yeah, exactly. Sank VL. If anyone is watching this without having checked out Friends at the Table's various content, amongst which is the Sangfiel season, you should check that out because if you like this, you'll probably like that as well. Some similar themes, shall we say? I believe, yeah, not currently operational. All right. But as far as parry windows, I actually, yeah, you'll have to check that out. Okay. Parry windows, there might be some slight differences. I want to say the parry windows are mostly comparable, I think. But I could be wrong about that, or I could be forgetting. But yeah, you mostly have more time than you think you do, honestly, to get in and do it. Yeah, right now I have 100% hit rate on Friends at the Table and Joyous. Yeah, I figured, but oh, you know what? Let's not go over here yet. Since I'm throwing these on YouTube, you never know. You never know who's watching these things. Someone could drop in, just looking for some good old Yarnum fun, and maybe I point them in the right direction for some more good content. Let's go back over here, because, oh, you know what? Another thing that I love about Bloodborne, they just give you a torch straight up from the beginning. No messing around with other... trying to track down a light source or good old Yarnum. I mean, who doesn't? That's why we're all here, right? We all love that good old down-home Yarnum fun. Okay, and I actually don't want to mess with these guys because they are tough, and I'm still a little baby. I'm a little baby hunter. I think, will he follow me down here? Okay, no, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, this is, down here is where I died last time, or, the first time I died. Oh, please. Don't, Okay, well, you know what? That could have been worse. That could have been worse. Hey, Emily. You tuned in just in time to see me clumsily fall from a great height. Oh, okay. I died too fast to really point this out last time, but you know how we've been seeing all these townsfolk and no beasts, despite hearing all this noise about a beast plague? Let's see if I can get a closer look at this guy, because something ain't right, I don't think. He's walking around. From a distance, he almost looks like just a normal guy, maybe a little tall. But once we get a little closer, I don't know. Looking a little beastly. Looking a little beastly. See if I can... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. He's just lanky, yeah. You can tell from a distance he's not a normal man. Well, you know. Okay, these guys are actually tough. I have never been sure. Oh, the weapon disappears. The weapon despawns. I was hoping we could get a closer look at it. I have never really been sure what those guys are like. Oh, I thought I had more time. Some of them have like saws, but some of the other ones have these like big spear-like objects. Fishing spear, maybe, yeah. And I've never quite been sure what those are about. So last time I actually didn't die to those guys. I was worried about dying to those guys when I came down here last time. But what actually happened is I threw myself right off the edge and died to all these rats down here. Like an absolute dumbass. Let's see if that happens again. Okay, much more graceful this time. Yeah, last time I feel like I was doing really well. And I probably got cocky, honestly, but I negated all of the cool points that I earned from very handily defeating basically everything else by dying to a bunch of these awful rats. Oh, man, they hit a lot harder than I remember, honestly. I remember these rats being... Oh, I remember these rats being chumps, kind of, but they're pretty tough. Dang. Is there anything even down here? No, of course there's not. Yeah, well, let me tell you what. I've got my own real-life rat problem, which we don't need to talk about in too much detail, but I'm well aware of our fair city's various rodent issues. Alright, yeah. This one's a little tougher. Ooh, I think that's the first time I've ran out of stamina in a combo. Excuse me. If you're not familiar with Souls games, this is something that I didn't really go into that much detail into last time either, because I think most of you are Souls veterans. But if you see the green bar in the upper left-hand corner there, that's my stamina bar. So you'll see that tick away when I roll like that. It's not very much for a single roll, but if I roll a bunch, you can see it goes away faster than you might think. But especially attacking, you'll see it tick down. And if I tick it all the way down here, if I just keep on attacking, you know, I was hammering on R1 towards the end there, and once you're out of stamina, you can't attack. You can't. Here we go. Hunter hat, under garb. Cool. Once you're out of stamina, you can't attack. You can't roll. You can move around normally. Actually, does... No, okay, so the firing the gun does not take stamina. That is interesting. I forgot about that. But you're basically defenseless when you're out of stamina. And when I'm just rolling around like this, or if I'm making 1 or 2 attacks at a time, it might seem like I have a whole lot of stamina. But let me tell you what, in the middle of a fight, especially if you get surrounded, it goes away a lot faster than you might think. But let's put on this new set of... Oops. Is it inventory? Or... Oh, here we go. Hunter hat, one of the standard articles of hunter attire fashioned at the workshop. A fine piece of hunter attire that provides stable defense to anyone facing Yarnum's beastly threat. Recognizable by its withered feathers, this cap is fashioned after one of the old hunters. Interesting. Oh, did I freeze? There we go. It was actually the camera, surprisingly, not the not OBS. Don't know what that was. Have to keep an eye on it. Yeah, who's that old hunter? Who could say? Wait, I can't hear. Yeah. Yeah. That flustered me. I'm not gonna lie, that flustered me a little bit. Hello. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, another interesting thing about Bloodborne is no equip load. So you'll notice there's no like load attached to any of these new clothing items we're picking up here. An interesting change from Dark Souls, for example. Yeah, no equip load. So yeah, anytime you get like a new set of armor, I'm just gonna switch to these just because I like this set. Yeah, look at that. Very cool. Yeah. No equip load really takes Fashion Souls to a whole new level. Yeah, that's the thing in this one. No Havels. Yeah, all of the armor sets are like there's no like heavy armor or anything like that. Different armor sets have different strengths and weaknesses, but like yeah, there's no like you're never making a decision between Havel set or you know tattered clothing or whatever. They're all pretty light relative to Dark Souls, for example. And the other thing to consider here is that all weapon you're never choosing between a light or a heavy weapon either, because all weapons are both a light and a heavy weapon. So yeah, like Emily says, like all the combat is like based around. This is something Sawyer that you noticed the first episode. It's so much more fast paced. Putting stuff in this game. Where the hell's there we go. Putting stuff in this game that slowed you down would be the antithesis of the entire thing. So they just completely removed that from the game, which I think is a really interesting. This goes hand in hand with another comment. Or like, I mentioned last time. Oh, come on! You couldn't just give that one to me. I mentioned last time there's like damn, it seems like this might be a cool game. Yep. There are relatively fewer stats in this game than in other Souls games, and I think that goes toward the overall point, which is like, whereas there's fewer stats, fewer like there's no real magic option right off the bat here. All right, let me just concentrate real quick. You just nudge them right off. There we go. There's no real magic right off the bat here. You're the first few hours of this game, the experience is a lot more focused, I guess, in terms of like the possibility space. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, a lot less variety. Which, I mean, here's the thing: if you're really into magic or miracles or whatever, I can imagine a lot of people now coming to this game. There's not anything up here, is there? No. I can imagine a lot of people coming to this game now from maybe Elden Ring is their first Souls experience. Um, and there's tons of magic in Elden Ring. Or even right off the bat, there's starting classes with like some pretty powerful spells and stuff. And coming into Bloodborne and being like, well, I really liked my, glintstone dagger or whatever. Blood tinge, yeah. Yeah, you can always get really into guns. Oh, I mentioned, I think during character creation, I was like, blood tinge, which is one of the stats. Yeah, there you go, right above arcane. Blood tinge. What could that possibly be? Well, now we know that hunters are mixing their own blood into their bullets. So what does blood tinge do, you ask? It makes your bullets stronger, which is fun. Okay, I've got 3,000 souls here. Let's go back to the dream and oh, come on. Leave me alone. Let's go back to the dream and just dump some of this on some backup blood vials. And maybe some. Let's look at how expensive. Let's look at how expensive. I think they sell Molotovs to me right now as well. Yeah, because that's a few too many echoes to be just walking around with. This game gets more and more like Death Stranding. We've still got our our little abandoned doll here just hanging out. And our buddy. Hi, buddy. Acquire items. Yeah, we have 30 blood vials. And like I said last time, blood vials are the healing item in this game, and they are consumable and they don't come back if you die. If you used 20 blood vials and die, you're out 20 blood vials. Just as a refresher. Okay, so we've got 15 Molotovs and they're 180 apiece, same as blood vials. Let's get let's get 10 more blood vials. Yeah. And the rest, let's buy Molotovs. Okay. Is Gehrman still up here? Let's see. Gehrman? Nope. He pieced. Okay. Did we pick up any more? Because we needed 4. Oh. Come on, man. What is going on tonight? Okay, so it looks like it saved me right after I made that purchase, so that's good at least. All I wanted to do was check at the workshop. Because we needed, we haven't gotten any more bloodstone shards. Which we need to upgrade our weapon. Okay, so let's go back to Central Yharnam. Let me tell you what, that dog cam, that Augie cam, really comes in handy for an emergency, you know. Really easy to cut to that. Right. Drop anything? No, okay. All right, so we've got some locked doors. We've got some... we've got that big... the bridge above here. Let's actually... Okay, let's refresh our memories. This note reads, when the hunt began, the Healing Church abandoned us, blocking the Great Bridge to the Cathedral Ward as they burned Old Yharnam to the ground on that moonlit night. Okay. So we are, you know, generally headed toward the Cathedral Ward. That's where we're kind of, you know, we're looking for a source of pale blood. We don't know what that is exactly. Gilbert, are you coming after me? Yeah, you are. Gilbert said he'd never heard of pale blood, but that, you know, if anybody did, it would be the church. Cathedral Ward, so that's kind of where we're headed. I'll give you one guess where the Cathedral Ward is, right over there, and we appear to be on a gray bridge. Now, that note seemed to imply that the door is locked at the end of this great bridge. But I mean, are we really going to let that stop us? I think not. Oop. You got me. Oh. There we go. Yeah, those goddamn crows. I also haven't been. You might have seen that the ghostly specter that just appeared behind me. I haven't been commenting on those. If you've played these games before, you already know what those are. If you haven't, though, when you play these games in online mode, you will occasionally see those white specters, which are basically like other players playing this game, and most of the time it's just it's just a funny little thing. Sometimes they'll reveal a route or something that you might not have considered, but if you see those and you haven't played these games before, that's what that is. All right, just all right. Looks like the coast is clear. Oh, cleric beast. Ooh, oh, he got me. Oh, he got me again. Okay, where am I? There we go. Oh, got me on the backswing. Almost. Keeps getting me. I'm rusty on this guy. Do I even have... No, I didn't equip. Oh, I bought all those. Oh, there we go. I bought all those Molotovs and didn't equip them. Man, okay, all right, unlock, roll, heal, there we go. Ooh, oh, he almost got me, okay. Okay, stamina. Okay. Ooh, oh, forgot about that one. I sure forgot about that one. I'm stuck. Ooh, I thought I could, okay. I should have been unlocked. Okay. Oh, don't you do it. Okay. All right, come out of that corner. Ooh, oh. Oh, he got me a little bit. Okay. Man, okay, unlock. Ooh. Oof, okay. Ooh, oh, I'm still alive, heal. Okay. Oh, I did not time that correctly. Okay. Ooh, Ouch. Ouch. Cleric Beast Adopt Me challenge. Yeah, seeing a lot of beasts. Where's the cleric part? Oh! Anybody notice anything different?
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you to embolden your sickly spirit.
So something that's really, really easy to miss in that fight, at the very beginning of that fight, I pointed out the my blood echoes are in the upper right hand side of the screen. Just below that, there's the little eye icon, and it was 0 before. Something that's really easy to miss at the beginning of that fight, that boss fight, it ticks up by 1, and now I have 1. Whatever that is. But yeah, so yeah, like DS2, you have to come back to a hub. That's pretty common in FromSoft games, having to come back to a hub to heal, or to heal, to level up. Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3. What else? What can it mean? Yeah. Let's talk.
Did you speak with Gehrman?
Mm-hmm.
He was a hunter long, long ago, but now serves only to advise them. He is obscure, unseen in the dreaming world. Still, he stays here, in this dream. Such is his purpose.
Interesting. Number go up, yeah.
Ah, the little ones.
Little ones.
Inhabitants of the dream. They find hunters like yourself, worship and serve them. Speak words they do not. But still, aren't they sweet?
They are sweet. Look at them. They have another present for me. All right.
They
Channel blood echoes. Well, I would love to, except for I just lost all mine. So much for that.
May you find your worth in the waking world.
So our doll woke up. Yeah, mommy woke up. Consume insight and okay, here we go. Yeah, okay. Oh. I guess I activated the hit gesture somehow. So these are our online multiplayer items. Old Hunter Bell. Old Hunter Bell. Oh, Old Hunters, yeah, okay. One of the resonating bells across the gaps of worlds. This bell is cracked and stained with the blood of beasts. A human must expend insight to ring this uncanny bell. The old hunters, who have long passed from the dream, but cannot forget the feeling of the hunt, rely upon messengers to relay their thoughts. Ring the bell at their side, and they are certain to give a listen. For the night of the hunt is long and unchanging. She is tall. She just wants to take care of us. And you know what? I think that's nice. I just think she's neat. Yeah. Well, okay. Here we are back in the Hunter's Dream without an echo to our name. You know what might be a good idea? You know what might be a good idea? What if I equipped one of the... What if I equipped those... Oh, well, okay. Here we go. What if I equipped those Molotov cocktails that I bought? That might be a good idea. We're actually not going to walk all the way back over there. Well, it's not that far. Is that, no, it's not still here. Central Yarno. Zero echoes, one insight, two mommies. Yep. All right. Here we go. Got me good. Ah. Ooh. Oh, that hurt. Ooh, man. Okay. I keep getting hit by that one. I'm getting cocky. Okay, let's just top off here, actually. Oh, that didn't even get me there. Ooh, miss. Okay, there we go. Okay, watch stamina. Oh, 2 minutes. Okay. The distance is off. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Unlock. Oop. Lock. Heal. Unlock. Roll. Oop. Roll again. Okay. I have any oil earrings? Okay, watch it. Ooh, don't get greedy. Yeah. Should've just attacked. He's gonna rip it out of the ground. Okay. Get out, get out, get out. Stamina. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, oh, I almost walked right into that. Oh! Ooh. Okay. Oh boy. Alright. Watch it. Watch it! Okay, survived. Heal. Roll. There we go. Oh, he's gonna rip it out. Okay, get in. Out, out, out. Out, heal. Okay. And he's gonna jump. Throw. Gotcha. Ooh. Alright. Ooh. Don't get greedy. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Sword under badge. Prey slaughtered. Bye-bye, Prey. Full disclosure, the Cleric Beast design was kind of the thing that convinced me to play these games. Yep. It's pretty cool. It's pretty tight, yeah. Light lamp, there we go. Hi, little guys. And wouldn't you know it, the gate is inexorably locked. There's no way in. You know, you're in the know, right? Yep, I am. Okay. So we got to find another way into this damned cathedral ward. Misunderstanding explained. But yeah, yeah, the Cleric Beast design is pretty sick. Not gonna lie, yeah. If you see that and you're like, what? Then this game is probably not for you. If you see that and you immediately have, you know, a strong, something within you calls out to the Cleric Beast, then you're gonna have a good time with this series, I think.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire?
Isn't it just nice to be welcomed home like that? Let Echoes to raise stats and level up.
Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
Okay, we haven't really talked about the stats here before, so maybe now's a good time. Yeah, insight. Oh, and see, we got 3 more insight for defeating the Cleric Beast. Yeah, let's just see what the game has to say about insight. Level of insight or depth of inhuman knowledge needed to ring special bell, but induces frenzy. Bloodborne rules, yeah, it does. Vitality, HP, endurance, stamina, and resistances. If you played any of these games before, those will be familiar. Strength, again, also, yeah, damage and weapon requirement. Skill is dexterity. The special bell. Yeah, yeah. It's sort of dexterity, but it also it actually doesn't say it here, but skill also, increasing your skill also increases the amount of damage those visceral attacks do. Blood Tinge, governing power of weapons that use Quicksilver bullets. There are also other special melee weapons, non-gun, or what the game calls right-handed weapons, that scale with Blood Tinge. Often they have some sort of special affiliation or affinity to blood, go figure. Arcane, attribute governing power of arcane attack, determines whether or not, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like I've been saying, there's not a whole lot of magic in this game. There are some like mid to late game, what you might think of as spells. More often, arcane comes into play if you, we'll probably get into this a little bit later, but basically you can there are these items that augment your weapons with elemental damage, and I think across the board, if you have a weapon with elemental damage, arcane is the governing staff for those. Skillish, yeah. So that's your quick overview. I am going to actually, before we even do this,
Farewell, good hunter. May you.
Before we do that, we just picked up. Where does this end up? Here we go. Sword Hunter badge. Our good old friend, the Cleric Beast, dropped this. One of the badges crafted by the Healing Church. The silver sword is a symbol of a church hunter. Ludwig, don't know who that is, was the first of many Healing Church hunters to come, many of whom were clerics. As it was, clerics transformed into the most hideous beasts. That's crazy. Can you believe that the clerics turned into the most hideous beasts? I'm shocked. What it doesn't say there is that the badges unlock new items in the store. I've played D&D before, yeah. Antidote, Molotov, Bold Hunter's Mark, yeah, okay. Do I even have any? No, I don't. Okay, Hand Lantern for 2,000, okay. I don't think I need that right now. Ah. Well, you look at that. Interesting. Let's take a closer look. Kirkhammer, a trick weapon typically used by Healing Church hunters. On the one side, an easily handled silver sword. On the other, a giant, obtuse stone weapon, characterized by a blunt strike and extreme force of impact. Mommy number 3. Trick hunter weapons forged in the Healing Church workshop, said to be hidden somewhere in the Grand Cathedral, were made to the tenets of a rival school of craftsmanship, rival to the hunter's workshop, I think, is the implication there. Well, no. What else is in here? Hunter, oh yeah, okay. Darkhammer, repeating pistol, Yarnum Hunter Cat, yeah, okay. Well, you know, a promise is a promise, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that 16 strength. Okay, so we know what we need to invest now. This is, I mean, that's
What is it
why I
desire?
wanted to check that first.
Very well. Let me stand.
Okay, I have enough for 2 levels. Oh, well, wouldn't you know it? Just enough to get me up to. And my next level is 1039. Okay. All right, thank you. There we go. Okay. All right. That's looking pretty classy. Yeah. Sword. Yeah, all right. Looking pretty good. Let's see. Now, I can't help but notice. Looks like I have a giant boulder strapped to my back here. I wonder what that's about. It's so last episode I mentioned last episode bonk, yeah, big bonk. Last episode I mentioned that some of the trick weapons get pretty you know, with the saw cleaver, you know, the transformation is the difference between like, oh, do I have a little saw in my hand or do I have a big saw on a stick? And I mentioned that not all the weapons were like, you know, the transformations or the transformed version was so Stick the sword in a headstone, baby. Yeah, not all of them kind of stick with the core. Oh, wait, what? Allow. Okay. Another thing that I didn't mention is that I turned a bunch of my auto mod settings way down, but it still wanted to get motherfuckers just now, which I could have sworn I turned off the one that would have governed that. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this is one of the ones where like, yeah, it goes from like, oh, you know, pretty standard fantasy stuff, longsword or whatever, to boom. It's just a big old hammer. It's a big, big hammer. A big fat load, yeah. Honestly, yeah. I feel like I, you know, I razz the Kirkhammer sometimes because I usually end up playing through the game with another weapon that I'm sure will at least see it. I want to actually follow through on the Kirkhammer thing, but the Kirkhammer is a sick weapon. This is like the second thing. Like you start this game and now it got that. So that message caught, or Automod wanted to catch fuckers. I thought I turned these things off. Okay. Clearly I don't understand how Automod works. So I'll have to look into that. Anyway. Yeah, you dip your toe into this game and it's like, okay, saw cleaver, there's a werewolf, some townsfolk don't like me. Okay, I think I get it. And then it hits you with the 1-2 punch of cleric beast, and then if you make it through that, Kirkhammer. And you're like, okay, all right. Interesting. I probably should have gone to Central Yarnum, whatever. Well, I typically go with Ludwig's for. I just like it's basically for anyone who hasn't played this game before. It's basically it's very similar, but instead of a big old hammer, it's a big old greatsword. And I just like that. I shouldn't be using this right now, but I can't help it. It's. Let me finish this guy off. Oop. There we go. Okay. The real strength of the Kirkhammer is, I don't know if you know, if you have a keen eye, you probably noticed that when I was just wailing on that big motherfucker with this hammer version, it was like staggering him in between, like before he could execute his attacks on me, which is like, that's the real strength here. Yeah, the key is stagger. Yep. Turns out you don't need hit points if you don't get hit, and one of the ways to not get hit is you turn your enemy into a fine pulp before they can actually execute an attack. Let's see if I got it. Ooh. Okay, I can stagger these guys are faster though. Oh, I cannot take both these guys at the same time for sure. I don't think. Ooh, oh, yep, okay. Yeah, those guys are faster. There, yeah. Thumero Chalice. Wonder what that's about. Oh, man. But yeah, Kirkhammer is one of my favorite weapons in the game, to be clear. It's just not the one that I usually end up sticking with for the entire playthrough. have stamina? I don't know what happened there. There we go. Ooh, that's the one attack that he has. Ooh, that can outpace the R1 attack on the transformer. Ooh, oh, I thought I had him. I'm having too much fun. He got on top of me. All right, so yeah, we defeated the cleric beast and confirmed the contents of that note that basically said the Great Bridge is locked. The other place that we kind of know we can go right now is we saw a little bit of this before. Wait, hold on. Yeah, here we go. Down in that, oh, damn birds. Down in that like sewer area is where we probably need to go next. Seemed like there was more to do down there. Oof. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so we got to find our way down there. I mean, one of the many reasons this weapon is so fun is because the sword version is like so nimble and quick, and like contrasting that with the weight of the hammer is like it's got a little something for everyone basically. Now where actually, okay, I'm a little turned around. Where do I need to go? Okay, first of all. There we go. Those guys almost always drop 2 blood vials, so I usually, if those guys are around, I usually try to take them out. Because you can never use too many blood vials.
This town's finished.
I like, I love their little barks. This town's finished. Okay, so where do I need to go from here? I need to go. Hi. Oh. There we go. Rally. Love it. Oh, 2 blood vials from that guy. Okay. Fuck off. Oh, he's chasing me. He's chasing me. There we go. Oh, he's still... Oh! Alright, well... Oh, the other one's right behind me. Okay. And back out. Oh, I did not... Okay, and heal. Okay. Oh, that was the wrong button. I don't know why I did that. Alright, fuck off. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm being sloppy. Ooh, oh. There we go. Well, that took a lot of effort. 3 blood vials, though. Okay. Oh, dog. Damn dog. There we go. Alright, come over here. There should be a... oh, yep, there's another one. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Oh, hey there. Oh, I didn't get him. I did. Unlock, roll, heal. Okay. Let's just do this. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, sure, fine. Nope. Damn dog, man. There we go. Oh, I just took a wrong turn. Okay, got it. Alright, so we got some dogs. Caged up dogs. You know, you hate to do it, but you do need the blood echoes, so... Alright, cold blood do, alright. Oh, I keep forgetting that I have those, actually. Read some of these notes. Don't be fooled. Yeah, okay.
You're a hunter, aren't you? Then, well, do you know of any safe places?
Any safe places? Chat, yeah, Augie, don't look. Chat, do we know of any safe places?
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you hunters got off your asses, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear? So what'll it be? Are you going to tell me you're not?
No.
Yeah, I should have known. You're good for nothing. No respect for the elderly is what that is. That lot of good you outsiders do. Go on, admit it. You think we're all mad, don't you?
Yeah, why don't you go, stop it. All right. All my tricks, excuse you. Okay. Yeah, just go hang out with those party girls at the other house. No place with this many barrels could have anything good going on. Oop, wrong button. It's so satisfying. Yeah, I think we should destroy these barrels. This doesn't seem to be, you know... I don't think this is... I think we're over-regulation as far as the number of barrels here. Oh! Look at that. Sneaky, sneaky. Gotta get this place down to capacity in terms of barrels. Dark Souls or Zelda, yeah. Can I hit this from here? Oh, oh, am I gonna fall? Please don't. There we go. Ooh, oh. Ooh, who is shooting at me? Rude. Rude. Terribly rude. I feel like if you're gonna shoot someone, I see. Oh. Oh. Oh, don't panic. Oh, no. See, in a situation like this, the one thing you don't want to do is panic. Okay, actually, you know what? Oh, okay. I guess they're leashed, okay. Well, we're really in the sewers now, friends. There's no mistaking it. We are really all up in these sewers now. Bonked him good, yeah. Madman's knowledge. Sounds fine. Alright, well let me pick this up. Throwing knife, okay. Got some nice boats. Maybe seen some better days over here. It's just, I do want to look at the description for a madman's knowledge, but I also want to just make sure that there's not like some creepy crawly coming up behind me. Okay, I think we're good for a moment. Let's just, this is another thing that, fishing minigame, we haven't really touched on yet. You might have noticed, I don't know if you were paying really close attention. As you progress through the haunted world of Bloodborne, you accumulate, you know, a layer of you know, viscera and other fluids on your person, just as a matter of course. You know, there's nothing for it. It just happens. Here we go. Madman's knowledge. Skull of a madman touched by the wisdom of the great ones. All right, used to gain insight. Making contact with eldritch wisdom is a blessing, for even if it drives one mad, it allows one to serve a grander purpose for posterity. Okay. Well, I mean, what are we here to do, if not serve a grander purpose? Probably nothing, yeah. Well, how in the hell do I get out of here? I forget. Gotta be a ladder or something. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Oh, for the love of God. Okay. Yeah. Let's climb. Oh, okay. Well, actually, you come to me. Oh, boy. Oh. That didn't go the way I wanted it to. Alright, yeah, eat it. You got anything for me? Boiler, and I was hoping for some vials, but whatever. Alright, don't shoot me. I said don't shoot me. I said don't shoot me. These guys are not very good listeners. Rude, yes. Beasts don't use ladders. Yeah, they just hurl themselves off ledges. Who shoots someone on a ladder? Let me ask you that. Who shoots someone while they're climbing a ladder? Not very honorable. I was just gazing into the abyss. Okay. I think this is where we came from. You would? Okay. Whoa! Oh. Bastard. You know what? That's what I think of you. Yeah, give me your quicksilver bullets. Asshole. Okay, we're like surrounded right now. Yeah, that ought to do it. There we go. We need a couple more drops like that and we'll be good. All in a day's work for a Yarnum hunter. Okay, we actually weren't finished up there, so we gotta go. We gotta. Oh, okay. And yeah. Like I said, we got a lot more. Okay. Did I actually get the item that I was trying to? Yeah, I think I did. Okay. Oh. It's just very calmly. Okay. I want to note that I am removing my fingers from the shoulder buttons. Okay, hot tip for everyone. Elden Who. Hot tip for everyone who's, you know, maybe diving into a Souls game for the first time. If you ever want to know, if you ever see a strange figure and you want to know if they're hostile or not, you can just click the, where's my camera? You can just click the R3, the lock on, and if you don't acquire a lock, that means they're not hostile. There's a strange figure.
Oh, a hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter.
A hunter, are you?
Prepare yourself for the worst.
She ain't getting...
There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
Fascinating claim. Okay. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts. Yeah. So remember all those people we've been running into who talk and congregate in groups and seem kind of organized and just don't seem to like me very much. Our new friend here is saying that there are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts.
Still lingering about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts. No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves. What are you still doing here? Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.
A hunter must hunt.
What are you a hunt?
So that's mommy number 4. Eileen the crow. I don't know if you, yeah, you can get a little bit of a look at her garb here. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. Okay. And, let's, why'd you gesture? Here we go. Let's switch, maybe? How does this work? Here we go. Shake off cape. Yeah, there we go. It's mommy's all the way down. Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, so that was the gesture she just gave us. So she's just chilling up here. Eileen the crow. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts. A bold claim, you might say. I think I have to drop down, because, yeah, I came from up there, so yeah, I have to drop down. All right. Oop. Yummy. Anybody else? Any other takers? So the situation in Yarnum seems, you know, not ideal, you might say. Or that's just my perspective on the matter, of course. You know. Oh, saw spear, there we go. An outsider's perspective, certainly, but you know. I'd rather be there than plenty of other places. You know. Anything behind? All right. Let's just, I think I already was over here. Yeah, okay. So we got another item on the other side there, as well as some more rats. Okay. Yeah, let's just go back up there one more time, get that last item, and then we can continue down these beautiful, beautiful sewer. I mean, look at this, you know, canal. I mean, is it pleasant to run around in? No, but it gets the job done. You know? And on this channel, you know, working, functional infrastructure, we love that. Nothing better. Bloodstone shards, okay. I bet I can upgrade the Kirk hammer next time we're in the dream. Okay. Cool. Anything else? No, okay, we're good. No, they're this way, okay. All right. Got an item up there. Oh. I hear somebody. Interesting. Looks like we have a tasty little morsel down there. And, oh, what are these? Let's read this note. Reeks of slimy thing. Okay. Actually, okay, so wait, before we go on, how the hell do I get that item? Did I miss a path up here? Thanks for joining me on this leg of our journey. The VOD will be on YouTube, hopefully sooner rather than later. So you can, how much longer are we gonna go here? We'll probably only be going for another 20 minutes or so. But you can catch up on YouTube. Ah, here we go, okay. Oh! Almost charged straight into this little guy. This little fella. Hey there. Hey there, little fellas. Oh. I think I see what's happening here. Yeah. He was trying to ambush me. Got to get up pretty early in the morning to ambush me. Oh. There we go. Okay. Man, those crows really blend into the environment, don't they? Okay, let's see if I can do this. Get this item. Oop. There we go. One thing, yes, another Bloodstone shard. One thing that was funny about watching people who weren't super familiar with Souls games play, get really into Elden Ring was all the stupid, annoying little platforming things in Elden Ring, and people being like, "Why is this in this game?" And it's like, y'all don't even know what's up. Like Elden Ring, at least you have a jump. And they've been doing this shit forever, and in most of these shits you ain't even got to jump, so you just gotta walk right off an edge and hope for the best. Yeah, so we got some nasty guys here. Some dirty boys. Oh, he got me. He got me. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Let's switch to... Oh. Didn't even see you there. Okay, come on. I'm obviously trying to lock onto this guy. You have got to be kidding me. There we go. Okay. Is that the last one? All that for 10... Oh. Oh. Let's actually... Oh. Rude. Is the rudeness... Will the rudeness never end? disgusting. Okay, there we go. Awful. Blood vial. Blood vial, okay. Not bad. Nothing back here. There are no... is this true? I was about to say there are no illusory walls in Bloodborne. I think that's true. Right? For any Souls veterans who are wondering if any of these little dead ends terminate in illusory walls. No, I don't think so. Power Wash Simulator Yarnum when. Oh my god, that would be amazing. That would be a lot of fun. Well, I don't know why that first attack is only doing 23 damage. Maybe it's at the very edge of my hurt box or something. Okay, who's alive? Nobody? Okay, cool. Oh! Rude! Oh, surely you just. Come on. You stop that. You stop. The Bloodstone Shard? Awesome. Wait, was it? No, okay. Alright. I may have mentioned this last time, but there's pretty much... so unlike some other Souls games... Okay. Unlike some other Souls games, there's only one upgrade track. It's these like, you know, it would be like the regular upgrade track in a Dark Souls. So you don't have to make any decisions as far as like, oh, do I upgrade regular? Do I upgrade raw? Do I upgrade fire, lightning? No thanks. Who's that big man? Well, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, we got a big bridge. So, okay. Sometimes in Souls games, you need to use your gamer sense, all right? And what I mean by that is big bridge or little door. Where do I go first? Little door. Gotta use your gamer sense. Little door, okay. Alright, okay. Oh. Oh, dead bodies. Oh. Yeah, we were here earlier, remember? Gamer sense never fails, yeah. So this is like right around the corner from our first lantern. We opened up the second big shortcut in Central Yarnum. So now we can come down here, go down this elevator, and you got your gamer sense, I got gamer dollars. I make the big plays and go for that bridge, yeah. Well, let's see what happens when you go for that bridge. Okay. Looks like we got a little crowd assembled here. Okay. Oh, and they're running. They're running. Oh. Oh. Oh boy. Big fireball. Big ol' fireball. Blood vials. Okay. All right. Let me check my time here. All right, we're getting close to 2 hours. I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say we're coming up on another big turning point in the game, another big milestone, shall we say. Let's go back to the Hunter's Dream and maybe spend some of our hard-earned echoes. Normal bridge stuff, yeah. Yeah, the real Dark Souls begins soon. You know what? Just to go back to that fireball for a moment, you know, that's the type of stuff you can do when your city infrastructure is properly funded. You can roll gigantic fireballs down your bridges, and it's not a big deal. So, just something to think about, America. Making great progress. Okay, hold on. I think, wasn't there a different set of armor available at the store just before we go and maybe do some leveling up? I just want to check on this. Yeah, this is slightly different. Okay. Still doing okay on blood vials. Heating pistol, don't care. Okay. All right, I think we're doing okay. So yeah, let's maybe do some leveling up, and then perhaps we'll call it for tonight.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire?
Yeah. And you know, all jokes aside, vote Brandon Johnson if you live in the Chicago area.
Very
All
well.
jokes aside, very serious.
Let
No,
the echoes
actually
become your
serious. I
strength.
feel like I hit that with a note of
Let me stand
levity.
close.
Very seriously, vote
Now shut
vote
your
Brandon
eyes.
Johnson. How many do we have here? 3. Okay. I feel like my damage output is okay. I'm running out of stamina pretty frequently here though, so I'm gonna add some endurance. I feel like I'm doing okay. Well, my vitality is pretty low. This doesn't do anything for me, does it? No. Okay. 2 more damage or like 20 more hit points. Let's put a point into vitality. That feels good. Okay.
Ah, they find hunters like you. Speak words they do not. Farewell, good hunter.
Plain
May
Doll
you
says
find
Brandon
your
Johnson,
worth
yeah.
in the waking world.
One detail that's really easy to miss also is that we heard the doll's voice much earlier in the game, in the opening moments of the game. If you recall, when the messengers first showed up to usher us, you know, out of the, you know, weird nightmare at the very, very beginning of the game, we heard the doll's voice say something along the lines of like, ah, yeah, you found your hunter or something like that. You know, if you want to roll back the tape on that one, feel free to do so. But you know, an interesting little detail. Let's also maybe see if we can upgrade the Kirk hammer if I still have enough. Oh, Saw Spear also. I forgot about this. Oh, it's not going to show me the lore. Okay. Yes, we need 3 and 200 echoes. So let's go ahead and upgrade the Kirk Hammer. And now we need 3 more to upgrade that again. Okay. And before we log off, let's just also maybe crack open the lore on this one. Anything interesting? The saw, effective at drawing the blood of beasts, transforms into a medium-range spear. The saw, with its set of blood-letting teeth. Yeah, I think this is almost... Yeah, saw spear and saw cleaver are 2 of the, I think, most similar weapons in the game. In a game full of very distinct weapons, those are 2 of the most similar, I think. Yes, and we have this new store, Buy with Insight. Buy with Insight. Make trades with messengers using Insight. To help hunters. Oh, okay. So, yeah, this is the item that allows you... So that you get for free, I think, an item that allows you to call in help. You have to buy the item that enables you to jump into other people's games and help them. Okay, online only, yeah. Okay. Interestingly, though, so we've been told Insight is inhuman knowledge or something along those lines, or it manifests as a result of inhuman knowledge. Something. Interesting that we have these messengers who will, whatever Insight actually is, they will take it from you in exchange for stuff. I used the saw spear for a bit, and I don't remember it being meaningfully different. Yeah, it's very similar. It scales differently. That makes sense. Yeah. Like I said, in a game full of like very unique, distinct weapons, the saw spear and the saw cleaver are probably the 2 most similar. Which, I'm fine with. If they want to make one, it's better than a lot of other Souls games where it's like you got your long sword, you got your broadsword, you got your some faction's special silver longsword, whatever. It's like, all right, we get it. All right, I think I will. I love how much in-world justification they give for their weird multiplayer items and such. Yeah. The resonant bells in this one are very, very cool. And also, so one thing I'll say, I don't want to say too much about some of the wrinkles in this. In Bloodborne, by default, you can't just be invaded at any random time. You have to ring one of your own resonant bells to invite another player or an NPC into your world. And once you've invited someone into your world, then invaders can pick up on your resonant bell and invade. That's their like, foot in the door, so to speak. Which is interesting on its own, but there are some wrinkles in that, around that whole idea later in the game that I'm sure we'll get. I mean, yeah, we'll get to eventually. And all of it is just really, really interesting. The resonant bells are very cool. So yeah. Yeah, I think we're getting close to 2 hours. And we just hit 2 hours. We're about to get to another big milestone in the game. So I think we will. Let me switch over. I think we'll call it there for tonight. Again, this is yet again been so much fun. That boss fight, I didn't think would take me too much longer, or too long, or too many attempts rather. We'll see how that trend continues throughout the game. If there's ever a boss that takes me a lot of attempts, which is totally possible, I'm not like super amazing. I mean, I'm experienced at these games, but I'm not like incredibly talented at them. So it's totally possible there will be bosses where I just have to run at them, you know, quite a few times before I get them. Um, if that happens, I will probably edit it down in the VOD, just in case, you know, you're ever like, oh, I gotta log off. Um, I probably won't put every second of every boss run in the VODs if it ends up taking too long. But I don't think that one, you know, I mean, two attempts is pretty good. So if it's like 2 to 3 attempts, I'll probably just leave the whole thing in there. Can't you go talk to a house you couldn't before? Can I? Oh, I'm getting close, aren't I? I am getting close. Yeah, or I could have. Where is that? Yes, we should do that. We should do that. Not right now. We'll do that at the beginning of next time. That'll be a good thing to do at the very beginning, to warm up before before we dive into some of the meatier stuff we have for next time. That's a good call though. Thank you for that. Yeah, so that I'll put that in my notes for next time, just so I don't forget. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming out again. This has been so much fun. All the music on my stream is by Steviosphere, off the album Elevator Relaxation Tapes 1 through 4. You can find all their music on Bandcamp. I'll post the link in the chat in a second here. Do I have anything else in my notes before we go? Yeah, follow me on Twitch. All the VODs are going to go up on YouTube, so you can follow me there. And we're probably going to be. I don't think I have anything else besides these Monday streams on the schedule right now. Oh, I'm glad I checked my notes, because this is reminding me. I was thinking maybe about doing. I think I mentioned this last time. I'm thinking about doing a Saturday morning stream called Saturday Morning Moon. And I was considering playing Immortality maybe on Saturday morning. I was thinking about that because I dipped my toe into that game and I haven't made time to go back to it, but I thought that might be a fun one to do. So the idea for that one will be, it won't be a VOD on YouTube. It'll just be a fun little Saturday morning hangout. And I just thought that might be a fun game to just, you know, chill and people can drop in and out and just chat for a little while. It might be fun. So I'm not committed to it yet. I'll let y'all know. But that's what I've been thinking about. So maybe. But yeah, thanks for dropping by, and I'll be back definitely next Monday for Mensis Mondays as we continue our trek into Yarnum. All right. Bye.